Hey there guys, welcome back to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the review of Arsenal's 4-0 victory over Aston Villa. And guess what, in the midst of such a horrible season, we've actually got something to smile about right at the end of it. Following Tottenham's 5-1 defeat at Newcastle, 5-1 to already relegated Newcastle. That's classic Spurs. And following our victory, we are second in the Premier League, finishing above Tottenham. And it's happened again. Absolutely brilliant scenes today. And although we haven't won the Premier League, this is a very, very minor consolation from what has been a disappointing season. Today's game was quite an emotional one. We bidded a fond farewell to Mikel Arteta, Thomas Rosicky and Mathieu Flamini. It was a real shame not to see Rosicky in the starting 11 today. I'd have thought that given he's had 10 years at the club, I thought he was fully fit. So I was really surprised he didn't even make the bench for this match, given that Arteta did as well. And Arteta even came on and got a rather controversial goal towards the latter stage of the match. Regarding the rest of the team lineup, we did see somewhat of a reshuffle, which is what I was really glad to see heading into the match. We saw Jack Wilshere start alongside with Francis Coquelin. We saw Ozil and Santi Cazorla start ahead of them. It was a really exciting team all round. I was disappointed not to see Callum Chambers start in the centre of defence, because I personally think that he's got a much better case to be making this Arsenal starting 11 than Gabriel does at the moment. He's really looking more and more unconvincing as each game goes by, sadly. But I mean, the midfield was incredibly fluid. I don't think we've seen Cazorla, Ozil and Wilshere in the starting midfield since about 2013. The only time I can really remember those three combining was at home to Norwich, when we had an emphatic 4-1 victory then. It was just generally exciting to see them link up play so well. I thought Wilshere did struggle at times in this game. He did seem to be somewhat rusty, and you would expect that given that he's been out for so long. I have no doubts in my mind that he will go to the Euros, because he can be such a catalyst to the England team. And I think after a couple of months back playing first team football, hopefully with England, he will be such an asset to Arsenal next season if we're able to keep him fit. No doubts that we need to be buying a couple more midfielders in the summer. I'm hearing we're linked to Xhaka. He's a player that I'd really like to see come in, potentially to play alongside someone like Wilshere if we're able to keep him fit. But if we do have all these good midfield options in the names of Cazorla, AGAINNNNNNNN, Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, etc., then we really do look to have a promising squad for next season. But I'm not going to get carried away talking about next season, because we all know how we go into every season with so much optimism. It's just a case of seeing out the campaign and getting ourselves over the line and winning the Premier League title, which unfortunately we haven't been able to do this season. But focusing back on today's game, a 4-0 win against Aston Villa, it's the very least you would expect against an already relegated Villa side. I thought they were very, very, very poor throughout the course of this match, offered very little. Looked like a team that just wanted this season to be over pretty much, which is kind of what we look like for large spells of this game. We did get a rather early goal through Olivier Giroud, fantastic header. I think it was a natural Monreal cross into the head of Olivier Giroud and a fantastic header into the back of net past Mark Bunn. But we didn't really seem too penetrative from that point. We didn't seem too eager to get another goal. We were dilly-dallying around the box for so long. No one was having a shot. It was very, very frustrating, and we really should have got a couple more goals in that first half and earlier on in that second half. Credit to Villa fans, I thought they were impeccable given the way their season's gone. I thought they really did show support to their team and generally seemed to enjoy the day out at the Emirates Stadium. But heading out into that second half, neither team really offered a lot. It was a very flat performance. It wasn't particularly exciting until the introduction of Mikel Arteta, Joel Campbell. They seemed to really ignite the team that little bit more, and we did get a following 3 goals through Olivier Giroud, who got himself a hat-trick, 2 wonderful goals that he scored. Mesut Ozil assist to make it 2-0, and then following that, Hector Bellerin with a wonderful through ball, which just seemed to carve through the whole Villa team onto the foot of Olivier Giroud, who then made it 3-0. Then Mikel Arteta came on, and with a shot which hit the crossbar onto the back of Mark Bunn, and then trickled over the line to make it 4-0. I mean, we can put that down as Arteta's goal, surely, given that it was his last game for Arsenal. But an emotional game at the end of it. I'm so happy that we finished above Spurs, but as I said at the start of this video, it's a very minor consolation. We can't continue to celebrate that season upon season upon season, because at a point it will get embarrassing. We have to be going on to bigger and better things. But given the way that this season has panned out and that Spurs did look inevitable to finish above us, it's just great that they've Spursed it up typically. But yeah, I'm really sad that Rosicky didn't play a part in today's game. It was, like I say, I've said it a few times now, emotional to see him go, and I do hope that he does have a really exciting future ahead of him. Although he is in his mid-30s now, I still think he can offer a lot to any football club, and I do hope that he comes back to Arsenal at some point in a coaching capacity. It'll be interesting to see if he has an impact in the Czech Republic team for the Euros, captaining his country to what could be a successful international tournament. But I just think Arsenal were looking to keep him fit and not risk any further injury to him, which is why he probably didn't play a part in this match. But onwards and upwards, you would hope, to next season. But I mean, I'm not going to keep reiterating how poor this campaign has been, and to think that we finished second and we're talking about a disappointing campaign, it really does put things into perspective as to how disappointing we have been in ourselves as fans. And anyway, I'll stop rambling on for one season at least. Please do get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below, and drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, and until next season, it's happened again.